I'm not surprised by that. The dude's saying, I want to have a good first impression. That's what he's trying to articulate. This unironically might be I think maybe like a well-adjusted autistic person talking about how he handles the difficulty of first impressions versus maybe not the best adjusted autistic man talking about how he never considers first impressions. Do you, as a Vaush fan, if you're watching this as a Vaush fan, do you understand the problem with this? I would never do this. My friend, I know you wouldn't. Why is that music so spooky? Watcher 900 asks, because I am a horror creator. I can't not do it. I've told people this before. All of my shit comes out creepy or like a little like dark. It's natural to who I am. I can't not do it. Tyler's back to talk about Vaush. We are getting ready to talk about Vaush. Vaush stream. Vaush video. What in the fuck? What, did I not save this? I just fucking left the link in here and then didn't put it in my... God damn it. I'm so fucking stupid. I swear to God. Live. Go to the live. Go. Just do it. Just... The live is already open. Edit. This is how stupid and lazy I am. I'm going into the thing. I didn't save it in there either. Fuck me. I guess I'll just search YouTube like a goddamn animal. Vaush dating advice. Now, like, you see what you're doing to me? You know what I just had to type into my fucking search bar? You know how fucked I am? You know how fucked I am on the algorithm? I'm going to be trying to listen to horrific cannibal beats to study to later, and then it's just going to turn into fucking horse noises. That's what I go through for you people. Okay? I'm fucked. I'm fucking ruined. Oh, I need to stop. Okay, learning the hidden secrets to rizzing women is this, which is, by the way, I know Vaush does not use TikTok, but that is not how that word is used. But like, you just don't use it that way. It's like Riz means charisma, by the way, and apparently we found out it has returned. It's not like people knew it and brought it back. It's just people think that the word Riz is awesome. It's a shortened version of charisma. Oh hey, oh no, watch out! Oh, you got him. You got him right in the fucking face. Oh no. Hey Ty, we lost my dog next Sunday. Just wanted to thank you for streaming and make things a lot more enjoyable, and you were with us on many of his last walks. Take a good Dorito sip for him. He was a king among good boys. Oh, fuck, bro. I'm so sorry. He's using it the way people use gat when they don't actually know how to use it. It's not the thing itself. It's the reaction. Yes. How do you do, fellow millennials? Do you want to yeet by the mall and riz some ladies? I think one of the strongest bits of evidence that you have any riz at all is the ability to use that word in this sort of like non-serious, funny, kind of fun way it's supposed to be used in, you know, where you're just like, I'm like, oh dude, he's rizzing her up. Dude's got the riz, you know, it's supposed to be stupid, but this feels like it's, you know, just a little too serious, or just not even necessarily like a little too serious, just a little too, no, serious. It's like a little too like, maybe you actually do believe yourself, which is suspicious. Very. My mom says I have riz.
Simple, easy.
Okay, so I accidentally skipped 2 minutes into this. Okay, so we're looking at Nazis, I guess, on Vaush, on powerful Vaush stream. Here he is, the man himself. I would switch out these glasses. These glasses are becoming iconic because he was wearing them during all the creepy things. So now I always recognize him. For a while, I envied his noticeable glasses, and now I'm like,
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I want to know the first 10 things a woman notices about a man.
Tyler,
That's
could you
right.
cover Vaush's
We're
take
getting
on
a segment out of
commodifying
this.
housing?
There she is,
Comedically
guys.
stupid.
That beautiful
Maybe.
woman you've been wanting to speak with. You start to walk across the room.
Oh man, this is gonna be rough. I can feel it.
Okay, so what you first thing, the first thing you want to do is to not
This
pull
is
your
the owner
penis
of
out.
the realmenrealstyle.com. I'm Antonio. Guh? If you're reading this page, you're probably curious as to who I am. Well, I am just a normal American living in the Midwest. My favorite pastimes are attending live sporting events, football, track, dance, target shooting, running on trails, and reading books.
Okay, I want him to make fun of this, but like unironically, those are perfectly normal things. But my man is listening to them like a robot, and I was like, "That's crazy." And then I cheated, and I looked ahead. Former United States Marine Corps officer. This dude is just fully acoustic. This is an acoustic person talking about another acoustic person who maybe they don't realize. There's every possibility this is going to be the Spider-Man pointing meme of videos. And no one knows it yet. You know, Marine Corps officers are made in like 3 different varietals. Useless, literal fucking like lead paint baby who just kind of like flopped through college and managed to sneak a spot. Highly competent, the coolest, most like eagle-eyed guy you've ever seen. And then like autistic robot man. I'm not saying that in an insulting way. I'm saying like when I started having like autism described to me as being a thing that like probably I had. But that was like a common condition amongst like like not normal, but just like average, like it's a functional condition that people can have and still lead like normal lives and stuff, and not like the Autism Speaks version of it, which was just like a horror show that you were shown as a kid. And oh, they have these different attributes, and a lot of people that have like they're high functioningly autistic, they have like these kind of attributes. And I was like, that is half or more of the entire United States Marine Corps infantry chain of command, all the way to the commandant. It is, I will tell you this right now. If you are an autistic young person in college and you're like, there's nowhere on earth where my weird tics and my strange fascination with just like objectivity and kind of making sure everything has a square edge will be accepted or would even be like socially a norm. Let me introduce you to the United States Marine Corps Officer Corps. Because what do you do every day? What do you do on the weekends, Lieutenant Green? Well, I like to walk my dog around my neighborhood. When I'm done walking my dog around my neighborhood, I go for a jog around my neighborhood, but another 4 blocks because it's much farther. Then I like to sit in my house and watch some sports on the television. After I'm done with that, I like to tuck in around maybe 9 p.m. after a good dinner with my wife, who I love very dearly. I wake up again at 5 a.m. and then I go for a walk with my dog around the block. All right. You can stop, Lil T. What I'm hearing is that Forrest Gump is a documentary. It really is, dude. You know how many fucking Forrest Gumps there are in the goddamn, in any given platoon? Like 4. All I did today was run. Like, yeah, you did. They're gonna make me a sergeant because I was good at running. They told me to do pull-ups on the pull-up bar, and I did 26. They told me to stop at 20, but I said I'm not tired yet, and they said, well, that's pretty good, Marine. I just kept doing them. They told me I had to run 3 miles in 18 minutes to get a perfect PFT. I just kept running. I did 5 miles in 20 minutes, and they said, that's fine. Oh, I'm not very good with a rifle, but sometimes the boys in the pit show me some love, and that gets me the score I need. They pick you up. They got that strength. I'll tell you that much. Oh, we're going to do buddy carries today. Which one of you is the heaviest? Is that you? Hop up on these shoulders. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to pick you up off the ground. You just bouncing on this guy like, oh, fuck. Is he so fast? We're wearing flak jackets. Because you told me to, Drill Sergeant, is the truest shit in the world. Goddamn, Private Gump, why did you put that rifle together so goddamn fast? Because he told me to, because he told me to, Drill Sergeant. That's the best goddamn answer I've ever heard. You're gonna go far in this army, son. People made that shit talking down to like, that movie's an attempt to talk down to fucking like working class people and like mentally handicapped people that are high functioning. Unironically, that entire movie is trying to make fun of like a high functioning autistic person. I don't really understand people, but I understand love. You're like, well, that's like, you know, that's a mean thing to say. You talk to like a few fucking autistic people. They're like, I don't really understand people, but I understand love. Like, oh, if you don't say it in fucking Tom Hanks doing a goddamn 1990s, I'm trying to win an Oscar voice, then it's actually a really deeply human sentiment. Holy fuck. I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers. Mama told me that was my magic shows. That would take me anywhere. From that day on, I was running. Oh. I just got out of the Borderlands TTRPG game where I'm robbing a bank. What did I miss? Well, the only thing you know, the only real, I'm off my meds for temporarily because I ran out of them. So, not all of them. I have the most important ones. It's not that kind of. I'm not Kanye off my meds, all right? It's not that. I haven't stopped taking bilithium carbonate that I need to be taking. So Forrest Gump is literally me. I like to say I'm an everyone until they told me to stop saying that. You ain't got no legs to turn it, Dad.
On world history, I have a soft spot for time travel, monster, and alien movies. I'm a father, husband, and former U.S. Marine officer. I studied below are active businesses I own. Real Men, Real Style, men's style blog, over 1 million monthly users. Real Men, Real Style, YouTube English channel. Menfluential Media, influential ad network with 55 million plus monthly views. This is the future, dude. Like, literally, this is it. It's fucking over. It's over. It's all over. Humanity is dead. We aren't being replaced by anything. We're just being buried. Nothing has overtaken humanity. We're just sinking. It's so over.
Spider-Man meme.
Hi, I'm Antonio.
Shut up. How to deal with disrespect as a man.
Okay, Vaush is watching me, because that's my thing. And I do that way better. Vaush just said that like his mom was trying to tell him that the fucking chicken tenders are gone, and he already knew that that was happening. Stop! Tyler, most accurate war/military movie? Jarhead. Jarhead is fucked. Jarhead is offensively accurate. Jarhead is painful. Unironically, especially as an infantry guy. Show would be Generation Kill. Jarhead hurts, because Jarhead I watched before I completed SOI when I was a boot, and I was like, it's not going to be like this. And then I got out of fuck it. I got back from my first deployment, and I'm just like, fucking Jarhead called it, bro. Jarhead got me fucking stem to stern. I wasn't a sniper, but that's basically the entirety of all of my enlistments, and the vibe is accurate. It's just perfect.
And I'm noticing very low view count for this number of subscribers. Bots? Probably bots. How to unlock your classic masculinity. Step-by-step guide to look sharp every day.
Why is Jensen Ackles getting fucking called out here?
Simple, easy guide to dressing better as a man.
Was it take off your tie? I like
Grow a
that.
beard. Hey, I could have told you that. Check shorts. Oh yeah, how are the shorts doing? No, the shorts also have not that many views. This guy looks like a freak. And I hate him. What if I can't grow a beard?
Dude, this is, I'm telling you, if this is that thumbnail, the thumbnail. This is, you can, if we have somebody, if we end up making a segment of this, the thumbnail is just the Spider-Man meme with Vaush's head on this and me drawing in like the back of whatever this guy's head looks like. Because that's all, it's a Spider-Man point. That's Spider-Man meme.
Skill issue. Sort by popular? Yeah. Maybe they used to be much more popular. Oh, here we go. Why were the Nazis so stylish? Secret history revealed. 4 secrets to keeping your shirt tucked in all day. Use glue, idiot.
How dare this gooner impugn this man's honor? I swear to God.
First 10 things a woman notices about a man. What attracts women to men? When I want answer to this question, the first thing I do is go to like a man.
Oh, chat it.
Tell me.
$10 Australian. The shirt
Stop
stays,
cutting your fingernails
during
wrong.
sex.
How
An
to
ancient
correctly
joke
cut
and a true
nails
one.
in good.
By the way, he's wearing the nice civilian ones. The Marine Corps version has 2 stays on the bottom because it's just a thing because of the way that your socks work. And you have to twist them around your legs, and they can let go of they go on the inside and outside of your leg. Basically, they wrap around like this. Whoop. And the one on the inside can, and very often does, slip off your shitty little thin-ass fucking uniform socks and snap you right in the fucking bottom of the ball sack. You can see it happen to guys too. Like it's happened. Like I've been in a formation watching someone and their shirt stay went, and you just see like their pant leg flutter, and the guy just goes like, because you're like online or something, you know, you're in formation, you're at attention, so you can't react. The guy's just, it's the worst pain in the world. You just got fucking like bungee string racked right in the fucking nut. It starts turning red. Like everyone else even more likely about to die because they're just like, dude, give me a charge. Someone charge me. I just want to see if I fucking tell like the sergeant why I'm laughing in formation. I just want to see if the sergeant will laugh too.
Shape. 10 most attractive men's hairstyles. 11 mistakes you make brushing your teeth. 11? How can you possibly make 11?
Oh, well, this guy, if I remember correctly, didn't Vaush have a tooth that was so rotten it broke on a chip?
11 mistakes. How to tailor a t-shirt. Dude, look at this thumbnail, man. Oh, does your t-shirt not cling to your body like a bodysuit? Does it not fit you like a goddamn tank top? Well, better pay to tailor your t-shirt. Oh, there's a bit of style and fold on the shirt you're wearing? No, 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 no. I want to.
Oh my God, he's so in over his head. He's so in over. This is a man who does not know anything about fashion, trying to pretend he has opinions by being a little negative Nelly. That's what this video is.
To know the first 10 things a woman notices about a man. That's right. We're getting a segment out of this.
There she is, guys. That beautiful woman you've been wanting to speak with. You start to walk.
Also, like, Vaush, yeah, man, some people probably do like tailor their stuff to fit their upper torso because they got an upper torso worth showing off. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you were a different build, with all due respect, you might understand that sentiment a little bit better. Some guys have the build of a t-shirt. I don't. My shoulders are extremely wide because I go to the gym all the time. Oh, are you bragging? I mean, I guess a little bit. I'm just describing a hobby I have. If it's intense to you, that's cool for you. But no, my shoulders are very big. Other guys' shoulders are even bigger than mine. I can't fit the t-shirt that's actually the size of my belly without my arms looking like they're going to fucking explode the top of the t-shirt. I can't wear the shirt that fits the top of my body and doesn't make me look like a fucking schmedium wearing psychopath without having the bottom of the shirt go down. I'm built like a man. I got a bit of a V taper. At the top of me, I'm trying to turn into a Dorito. A chip, my friend, which women love. I am becoming the hot chip. Tailoring a t-shirt is legitimately not a bad idea if you want a good fit. I kind of need it because I have broad shoulders and a slim waist, which US cuts don't do well. Yes. First off, it's coming out in defense of fast fashion, which is psychotic as a fashion person. Like, if you're into fashion and someone's like, well, I tailor some of my stuff to make it fit better. Every person that's into fashion will just say, what does it look like? Well, how did that turn out? Because that's a decision you make as a fashionable person. It's literally like saying, well, I bought a hat, right? And my hair looked weird in it, so I got a haircut. And then like, if you like the Vaush reaction is like, you got a haircut just to fit your hat? That's ridiculous. Whereas the other people go, oh my God, what did it look like? We're talking about aesthetics. I made an aesthetic. As a person who's As a person whose biggest hobby is fashion, I find that making aesthetic choices are always wonderful. So I like to say, what do you look like after I've made it? Now, this is a fine hat made of witch's skin. I don't know where I was going with that. Laszlo took over and wanted to do something else.
Across the room.
Oh, man, this is going to be rough. I can feel it.
And
oh, man. Actually, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Is this really the kind of Lego set you want to be using?
all of a sudden, back of your head, you're wondering, oh my God,
wow.
what is she going to notice? What is she going to pick up on about me before I even open my mouth?
I've never wondered this once in my entire life.
Before I even open my mouth, what is she going to notice? What is she going to pick up on about me before I even open my mouth?
I've never wondered this once in my entire life.
I'm not surprised by that. The dude's saying I want to have a good first impression. That's what he's trying to articulate. This unironically might be this is I think maybe like a well-adjusted autistic person talking about how he handles the difficulty of first impressions versus maybe not the best adjusted autistic man talking about how he never considers first impressions. Do you, as a Vaush fan, if you're watching this as a Vaush fan, do you understand the problem with this? I would never do this. My friend, I know you wouldn't.
But okay, continue.
Guys, in today's video, the first 10...
What is he wearing? I'll tell you what he's not wearing. Something that looks good. I see. Well, here, what
he looks
the classic
fine.
like.
Dude, this is autistic officer uniform. He is wearing clipped. He's probably got 700 fucking outfits that are like recolor skins of this because he feels comfortable in it. My man probably dresses like a cartoon character from the 90s, as in his entire closet looks the same, and he feels comfortable in it, and he looks fine. His silhouette is okay. There's some good muted color going on here. It's not completely black or completely white or completely anything. If I had to guess, he's got a modicum. I'm seeing him in another picture. This guy's got a modicum of Cuban lineage. So more than likely, underneath this, if I had to guess, is going to be a brown square-edged leather belt and tan khakis that are just maybe a touch too tight. If I had to guess.
Leather, what, mock neck jacket that you've zipped up 1/10 of the way over a button-up? What level of masculinity is this? Okay.
Before I even open my mouth. Guys, in today's video, the first 10 things...
This might be fucking like... This, what do you call that? This is like a type of shaming. He might have unironically have a thing with zippers, and he just doesn't want the zipper getting anywhere close to his neck, so he keeps it like all the way down. I mean, as if I know autistic people that have like serious sensory issues. Do any of you guys have a problem? I hate the way that zippers feel. If I felt a zipper touching my neck, I'd be pissed. I can get kind of like, I want the silhouette, so I'm going to keep it just slightly zipped, but not all the way up.
A woman notices about a man.
Mm-hmm. It's very default. It's just not
military heritage, smart shopping, menswear made simple.
Not saying, immediately saying, that looks like it says Remus, which I'm into, is a loss. That's an L, Vaush.
A little bit of backstory. So over the last few months, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, Antonio, love your content, love how you do all this research, love your infographics, love everything you're doing, but I dress to impress the ladies. Could you put out more information like that? And I said, sure. And in addition to that...
If you dress to impress the ladies, you're weak. That's why I wanted to dress well on day 1. Now I'm on like day 200, and I dress well so that when I lock eyes with the guy at the clothing store and his hands quivering asks, is that an anthology jacket? I can give him my best Mew. I can give him my steely gaze. So he knows, yes it is. And no one else appreciates it. It's
more like Tacoma shrugged.
It's like working out, right? Like day 1, it's like, oh, I want to get muscular. I want to get muscular for the ladies. And by year 2, you're actually just best friends with all the other bros at the gym. And you're all like, oh man, bro, your delts are looking huge today. Yeah.
I'm going through and moving into my new office, and I'm like, I've got a lot of gear I need to get rid of. So this summer, look for more fun content from.
You don't even say like that's like for like normies that don't go to the gym. Really, like that's like kind of like an idea, you know, and that's like kind of what you would say. What guys will actually say if you're going to the gym for like 3 or 4 years, like the same partner, like, and you know the guy, it's gonna be like, damn, dude, you thick as fuck. Why are you so thick today? Let me see them titties. What are you doing right there? Like, dude, stop. Don't fucking touch me.
From us here at Real Men Real Style. Look at a lot of bonus videos.
Collar gap. I'm just kidding. It's a tiny.
Dude, one of the most rank things I ever heard at a gym was, what happened to your dick? Did you sell it for a bigger ass? Which is psychotic.
Collar gap. I shouldn't waste that.
Look for more fun content from us.
Tiny collar gap. Minuscule. It's not really a collar gap. That being said, there are problems with how this fits him.
Here at Real Men Real Style. Look at a lot of bonus videos going to be coming out. And at the end of this video, stick around. I have something I want to give away to one of you guys, and I'll explain how you can get this jacket here at the end of the video.
Oh, okay. So, well, all right. Now we know why he's wearing it, I guess.
He likes to touch it.
Is that a bomber? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought that was a mock neck collar. I guess that's a bomber jacket? I guess that makes...
It's not a bomber jacket at all. What the fuck? That was a mock neck collar. Oh, so it's like almost a turtleneck?
Makes more sense.
But to start this video off, I'm going to get primal. And by that, I mean talking about the fight or flight reflex in each of the first 3 points. So number one, she's going to make a determination of you by your silhouette.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is...
Oh, wow.
How old is this video? This is before Andrew Tate. This is 6 years ago. Okay, so we're back in 2018, okay?
Oh, really? This is forever ago. Oh, wow. Wheelie. The first thing she's going to look at is your silhouette. Quasi.
All right. The silhouette, yeah, the gorilla mindset, exactly. You know, actually, the first thing she notices are the pheromones you're exuding, okay? All right, your silhouette.
Is this a man?
That's why you always want to approach a female
just
at a 90-degree angle. You want to shuffle sideways to her like a crab so she can see your dick bulge.
So
you know?
Here's the one fucking fashion advice I want. The biggest flex you can ever have is just be Mexican and wear them long toe ass shoes so that like they got little bells on them. And just bring back, those are the coolest things ever. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the gigantic, I'm not bringing it up on stream because I got to finish this shit. I only got 40 minutes left and we're dragging through this one. Gigantic long toe Mexican shoes are the coolest things possible. Like Mexican fashion, people sleep on it, but that shit goes nuts. If you want to see some of the fucking, like the most dapper gentlemen ever, just find the fucking closest, like fucking Club Tecate or whatever the fuck that's like in your name. Mine's right over there on the street. And go see what they're wearing. Dude, it'll be a bunch of, the dudes are like fucking like yay tall and just like brimmed up. Full fucking cowboy hat. They got some of the fucking shine on it. Maybe like a little clip around the rim. Fucking full gator boots. Like bolo tie. Fucking nice ass shirt. Fucking like denim. Dude, here's the thing. If you can't pull off denim on denim, I don't give a fuck what you think about fashion, because that shit's the flex. That's like fucking like that's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can wear Gucci, but anyone can wear Gucci. All right. Some people speak to God and put on a Canadian tuxedo and look ready for a wedding. Yeah, the guy comes up. Belt buckle like that. I have my entire family history written on my belt buckle. It just says the word me. See?
You want to like heft your cock and balls up and forward so you have a pronounced, you know, like a big lump, and then you sort of shuffle over so it's part of the silhouette, which is of course the first thing that
I pair the long curly shoes for a friend's traditional Indian wedding, and honestly, they made me feel like a king. That sounds so fucking stupid.
So what?
I'm sorry, that's your silhouette first. How do I visualize this? Like a very muscular man silhouetted against the sunset. Yeah.
I think this might be this dude.
Okay. Are you approaching me? Yeah.
What you want to do is give a strong masculine feel with simply the look of your body. You can do this, I always talk about by putting on a jacket. I've got a simple leather jacket on here, but what this does is it builds up my shoulders. It gives me shoulder points right here.
Yep. That's the best strategy for getting pussy is to layer heavily. Wear 6 jackets, okay? Approach the female with fabric out to here, okay? But approaching a woman is like trying to deter a black bear from.
But yeah. Dude, that's such just like a repeated thing. But like, yeah, first off, just dressing in layers is like fine. I thought he's from fucking like Seattle or some shit. Like, isn't it cold up there? Don't you just dress in layers there anyway? But no, yeah, that's the thing, man. A lot of people are uncomfortable with their body because, rightfully so, maybe they haven't put a whole lot of work into it, and you might have a little man booba. All right, you might not have very much shoulders. Or your waist might not be great. A well-cut jacket will do a lot of work for you, especially if it's got like maybe just a little bit of light shoulder padding. Oh, it's not haute couture. It's not supposed to be haute couture. You're a mid-looking person in your early 30s trying to get laid. Like, accept your limitations and work towards them. Like, it's completely fine. You know what I'm saying? A nice jacket is just such a reasonable thing to wear. Like, it's so, this guy's talking about like hitting up girls and making a good first impression. Yeah, having like first off, having a nice jacket is like a big thing because a lot of guys do show up to dates or first time you're meeting somebody not wearing your best stuff, like wearing like a work coat. You know what I mean? Wearing a hoodie, something that you would work out in. Wearing a nice jacket shows that like, hey, you have a little bit of money to spend on some clothes. Maybe you are thinking about something for enough time to want to look good. Like a lot of like men's fashion, when you're trying to have sex with a woman that is like in your, especially if you're trying to date, if you're trying to fuck, like, and you're trying to run the fucking lines and like hook up with the hottest people because you're all fucking sex addicts, that's a different conversation completely. All right, those are different kind of clothes. That's a different thing. If this guy, I believe, is really trying to talk to people who are like, I want a relationship. You know what I mean? Even if they're not admitting it to themselves yet, like I want to be able to break the ice with a girl. And having this kind of conversation where 8 years ago, where people are still to a degree talking about peacocking and shit, this is great advice. Dress like you cared how you would appear to her is fantastic advice. Wear a nice jacket. Don't, maybe, unless it's the specific thing, necessarily wear your Dragon Ball Z Boo Saga silk print shirt that has sweat stains and nachos on it. This is hyper basic shit. A lot of men's fashion just comes down to, especially if you're trying to like talk about dating and stuff or like being approachable, is about like looking like you've got your shit together, not being overly flashy. 99% of the time, if you want to show off your wealth or you want to be flashy to a girl and you're middle, lower class, whatever, it's a watch. There you go. You're there. A watch. If you're of a different type of like subculture or ethnicity where certain types of jewelry or something like is kind of like more, then you might have something like that you want to go to. That's kind of like based on, if you live in a certain area or you have a certain type of ethnic background, there might be some little additional thing to it, but it generally rings true most places that showing like you're a normal person and you can wash your ass and brush your teeth and you have some nice clothes to put on when you're trying to meet people. It shows that you're ready to do stuff. Because honestly, like, if you think about the deeper implications of it, a guy that will put on the correct uniform, so to say, to go talk to a lady or try to make personal introductions to people in general, like a woman is thinking like, is this a guy that's going to be weird if I introduce him to my friends? Is he going to be fucking strange about shit after I've been talking to him for 5 minutes? When I eventually meet it, like if I was going to introduce him to my parents, would they be like, fucking, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Not like they're going like you're burning through their entire relationship with you in their head in 10 fucking seconds, but like the one vibe is the vibe that carries over to all of those other questions, and they already know how to ask themselves that. And if you don't meet that vibe, it's going to break down. And just being like, this is a straightforward guy. If I went home, my sister's married now, but unironically, my fucking brother-in-law dresses like this guy, which like when he's like going out, and it looks perfectly fine. It's like a middle class, working class to middle class kind of vibe. Like this dude looks like he drives a fucking Toyota Camry, and maybe he's old enough to maybe have like one kid, you know, if he's like a divorcee. Like you're like, okay, I kind of know what I'm getting into. He's married, obviously, but like this is such a weird thing to be freaked out and trying to rag on, especially when this guy hasn't made any like overtly like political statement. Like you're not even trying to like dog on this dude like he's a fucking Nazi. That it borders on bad advice, like without reservation. Like if you're fucking gay, you know what I mean? Like if you're fucking 25 and trying to get your fucking asshole blown out fucking 6 ways to Sunday, well, first off, you're gonna be fucking guys that look like this that are DL anyway. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but you don't always get to strike 10s on that Grinder app, do you? But also like, if you're trying to be a highly attractive, like, clubber, like, dude, like, I'm trying to fuck dudes and be hot couture and, like, run the fucking game in, like, downtown Los Angeles or some shit in the club scene, yeah, this probably isn't necessarily it, because you do look like somebody's dad that's trying to buy Coke to look cool. But, like, that, I would still let this guy into a bar. This guy doesn't look like he's going to fucking, like, bust my vibe check as a door guy. I'll be like, okay, this might not be your scene, man, but if you want to go in and buy a drink, you know, it's up to you. The girls might, don't be weird with the chicks. That's pretty much it. The worst thing is, like, Ed Hardy, which I feel like Vaush would come out in favor of, is, like, some Ed Hardy shit back in the 2000s. And if you know, you know. Whoops. I clicked on the wrong thing.
Protecting yourself from a female attack is much like protecting yourself from a black bear attack. You know, you just have to sort of expand.
It also makes my arms and my chest torso area look leaner. If you're wearing a jacket, always zip it up or button it up. I mean, be practical. But if you're outside or
you're... Don't approach a woman with an open jacket. What level of like insane esoteric advice? Wait, this is great. This is like different from the regular red pill shit. This guy's got like his own.
Well, this isn't even red pill.
Mental
this is like
calculus,
8 years ago.
You know.
This is just an unironic, like. It's just an unironic
the jackets look best
spectrum
open.
dude.
Yeah, wouldn't that give you a more like large
right.
silhouette? Maybe he thinks the average female is too stupid to realize that if you're wearing an open jacket, it's not just you being like fat, you know? Like she sees the open jacket and she thinks, wow, that's a wide.
It's also these kind of jackets with the exposed zip. There's a type of jacket. This type of jacket. If I could show you guys my leather jacket, you wouldn't do it. Mine is better open because it's got like a front flap. That's like for cold. These kind of jackets, you do quarter zip and stuff. If you were wearing like a Letterman jacket, shout out on my dudes that in the late 2000s bought a Leatherman jacket with a fucking scorpion on the back. You know who you are. And some driving gloves. Those can be zipped up. It's usually if you see this exposed zipper like this, instead of the one that's got like the little bit of cloth over it, or, you know, if it's not like a cold weather jacket, you kind of leave them open. But like these, you can zip. You can tell that it fits. It's not like a rule. It's couture. Does it look good? I think he looks fine. You know what I mean? This is just a zipped up dude. He's a tight guy. I wouldn't want to put him in like harem pants, you know what I'm saying? And like big floppy like poncho and shit that like other dudes would rock and look good in, because that wouldn't be his vibe at all. Like, dude, fashion is a personal choice, by the way, too. Like, you know, things, I'm not telling you guys to wear specific items of clothing, but I'm telling you to like try to appear a certain with a vibe. Like, it's vibes based, and this dude's vibe is perfectly fine. He's just, this is a dad giving some mildly ignorable dad advice, in my opinion.
Like you're confusing her.
Around your office building, you're wearing your sports jacket, button.
Somebody asked the darkest question: what the fuck is Ed Hardy? Ed Hardy is what dudes that couldn't get laid that were in their 50s wore in the late 2000s. I guess it's still around to a degree, but they all looked like this. This is Ed Hardy shit. Everything looked like bad tattoos. And this doesn't even scrape the barrel. These jeans, there it is, Jesus Christ, with these fucking tigers on them. Ed Hardy was stuff that was advertised for people that look like this, right? Like young, trendy teens, kind of, or like early 20, or like actually mid early 20s people, Jesus Christ, but would be worn by guys in their like 50s and 60s. Affliction shirts were like the follow up. They would very often have, God, dude, this is fucking awesome. Yes. And like if you saw this on like an Ed Hardy jacket, you see how this is moving? That would be in real life. This would be a different piece of overall fabric from this, from this, from this. And sometimes they would have like raised like sewing on it. And it would be thickly embroidered on there. But they were also some of the only high quality like fashion things that you could buy in the 2000s, which is like, so they would actually be comfortable from what I understand, and well made, but also a little bit flashy. And that was back, the 2000s, man, were rough for jeans. You could get like Aeropostale if you were skinny, and if you weren't, you shopped at Old Navy like me and bought fucking dad jeans.
Is this painted? Why does it look like that? Why does it, you see the, is this paint? I guess this is painted? Okay, all right.
That thing up, or wear shirts.
AI? This is a 7-year-old video, guys. It's not AI. Wait, 6 years old. It's not AI.
That are going to basically build up your shoulders, build up your chest.
Okay, it looks like it's just like a filter put over it.
Area. Draw attention here, because whenever she sees a man is approaching her, she's going to behave a little bit differently. Basically, women have been shown to actually swing their hips a bit more.
Oh my man. You know what? Never mind. This is true, and I know that because when I'm with a girl that I like, I sashay my hips too, because I want her to notice my ass. You know, just a common like peacocking strategy. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's true. It's totally true. Yeah.
Especially between.
It's because when they like you, they get wet, and that makes them heavier, in like more bottom heavy, so their hips sway the same way that like the cargo in a ship that's rocking back and forth sways. You know, because it's like they're lugging like a.
Okay, so like they're both making, this is the Spider-Man point. They're both making the same kind of semi-incorrect, semi-correct point. The dude's correct. Like women, when they're interacting with dudes and they're trying to be attractive, basically, or they're trying to be more feminine, they will just do more feminine shit. It's the same. Like men have the same reaction to men if they're into men. Men have the same reaction to women too. Guys will try to stand up a little straighter, suck in their stomachs and stuff, and talk with a more direct, like gravelly way. It's not like a highly scientific, like a revelation thing. It's probably something that everyone notices. And I don't know why, but like 8 years ago, people started saying obvious shit like everyone didn't know. You just act different around members, not even of the opposite sex. You act different around people in general. Code switching, shout out. But also, like, if you're attracted to somebody, or if they're the kind of people that would be viewing you as a potential mate, or just in a certain, actually, fuck that. If they're just viewing you in a certain sort of social context, you'll tend to play up characteristics that you feel you should embody in that social context. It's not like women will automatically just be like, oh shit, but like Vaush's reaction is dumb as fuck here. Like it's an unironically, this is like brainless shit. Like, and if he's shit posting right now, he should be a little bit more obvious about it, because as per usual, I mean, it's the fucking elephants on parade.
Like a water balloon, like a saturated sponge down there, that's why it works.
When the ages of 6.
It's why you never want to wrestle a man with an erection, because the blood that's gone down, it lowers their center of mass and makes them undefeatable. That's the reason why in sumo they have to wear those loincloths, right? Because it keeps them soft, because it's so like bunched up, because otherwise it'd give them an unfair advantage.
Does he not know what body language is? It's very possible he does not.
They are, in a sense, they're looking for a mate, they're looking for a partner. This is primal. This is getting down to basic responses. So they immediately
this guy's
make
being
a decision
a goof,
about your
like,
silhouette. Next, let's look at your body movement.
Yeah, there you go. Just no. Looking for a mate, hip swaying silhouette. Okay, you can actually bag like supermodels if you simply approach them with a cardboard cutout surrounding you that makes you look taller. Like, you can be a 5'4" fat guy, but if you're in the center of a cardboard silhouette that makes you look like a 6'7", fit guy.
Okay, he's saying that, but this is actually unironically true. Not with the cardboard, but like, yeah, actually, if you do approach people that are not as physically attractive as you, with something about you that makes up the difference in that is Riz. Unironically, like that is literally what it is. it would be in a cartoon kind of signified by somebody like, you know, you've seen this in cartoons where the little nerd guy's like, well, let me tell you what, my biggest passion are screwdrivers. I love the Phillips head screwdriver. And the girl's like, he's into screwdrivers? I never knew. And then she's looking at him and he's a little Poindexter like, And then it just goes, bloop, 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 bloop. And it shows him like, with a big screwdriver. Like, you've seen that in cartoons, right? That's how actual relationships work. And like, it goes in the opposite direction too. If you like a girl, if it's girls that you're into, or even guys or whatever, you will convince yourself that your prospective mate is considerably more like physically attractive than they might be by some sort of disgraceful metric byline. You know what I mean? Because you're just into them. And you know, when really you're not convincing yourself that they're more attractive. They are just more attractive to you because the physicality of it isn't everything. So, you know, you might be like, oh, this girl's like, you know, whatever. She's like, okay looking and something. And then you find out that she has like a beautiful voice because like you're into voices. And then you're like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like, why do you sound like that? And she's like, oh, I took voice lessons and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, it just does something to you. You're like, that's I want to be nowhere but near you for all the time. Oh yeah, I'm just really into thing that you're also into. Like, I like D&D or whatever. And you're just like, you just instantly get put into a state of like comfort around them because you might be able to share your hobby that you're like, fuck, actually, you're like, I never really like looked at you this way. There's deeper beauty. It's literally like, I know this is poetry and shit, and it might not be what like maybe some of you guys are trying to find. Like, I desire to spurg, but like, yeah, there's deeper beauty in people, and then you'll see it come to the surface when you start finding the things that you may fall in love with them over, like Rise. Sorry, sappy, but true. And yeah, it's like not necessarily like a cardboard cutout, but the same vibe. And yeah, you can talk to anyone. Literally, don't even call it like approaching. Are you approaching me? Jojo, don't approach me. But like, literally, it's just that. Like, just talk to people. If someone's super hot, and you're like, I'm like really attracted, just go talk to them. Seriously, like, whoever it is, like a supermodel, like, do you have a normal reason to talk to her? If it's just like, I literally want to fuck you because you're hot, then don't talk to somebody because that's like a weird approach unless you're in a specific kind of place. Even then, it's still a little grimy, trust me. But like, if you're just like, man, I like the way you look, you can say that to people. Just keep I want to put my fucking genitalia in or on or around you out of the conversation. Be like, I really like the way that you look. This is how do you look like this all the time? You know, don't be like weird if you can help it, but you can talk to people like, that's an awesome dress. What, like, you look amazing. Like, how do you figure out your outfits? Like, this is cool. And if they get bugged by you, just leave. Not a big deal. But you can just talk to people. Try to talk about something a little bit more substantial than surface stuff. But like, even that's fine. Just have conversations. Just literally talk to people. It's hard. I know. That's why the reward for it is friendship and companionship. One of the most valuable things ever.
Let's hear him out.
To somebody and they jump and you jump, that's because you
I think he's actually disappointed because this is a terrible segment.
Scare them. Now, it's okay if you know somebody to scare them, but if you don't know them, you don't want to put that person off. So make sure your movements are smooth.
Yeah, he's saying don't scare the host. Okay, look, listen, okay. If you're approaching a chick that you like, I agree you shouldn't like jump scare them. But this also feels weird. You know? Like women are deer or something? I guess women are a little deer-like, you know, just a little bit.
Not doing anything if she's on the other side of the bar and she's looking at you. You're looking.
I mean, this is completely. You can just be charitable to the guy, even if you don't. This is like unironically, like this is like the problem with the online left. I think Vaush started off, which happens, you know. Sometimes I'm just like, man, I want to fucking light somebody up tonight. I feel like I'm gonna get a good segment out of it. I want to light him up, and then I'm just like, fuck, I can't because this guy's like endearing or like a sweetheart, or like you can just stop. You can just stop. Vaush saw one fucking like Nazi on there. It was Rafe Fiennes, and he's like, I've got him. There's Amon Goat in fucking Schindler's List. Rafe Fiennes. I've got him. And they started watching, and this is just the most basic shit ever. Also, by the way, he found a white girl drinking some Topo Chico. What the fuck?
Looking at her, don't close
Cubano,
yourself
man.
off.
I told you he's fucking
Be
Cuban.
more open. Pay attention to your body language. It's the second thing that she notices. Then number 3, she's going to look.
Wait, that was 2 different bits of advice. One is don't spook them, don't scare the host.
Tan doesn't look good on
the second one was
any
don't close off your body language. That is fine. Yeah, that actually is a good...
Unironically, like tan should be your last. It should be your last attempt. But if you have really dark skin, you can pull tan off like crazy. Like if you're an especially like dark skinned black person, tan suits fucking got him. Because your skin will be significantly like different color than it, and so it can accentuate in a different way. If you get a suit that's almost the exact same color as your skin, you'll look goofy as fuck. That's why white guys don't tend to look very good in white suits. You can kind of pull it off, but like a black dude in a fucking white suit he can run it. Just like it's just demolition. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do it because you have the contrast. You know what I'm saying? Now, it doesn't always work. It's not like a guarantee, but if you look up like the top 10 best looking like kind of dudes in white suits, it's a lot of the times going to be like pretty dark skinned black dudes, or maybe black women that are wearing white suits too, or just generally like darker skinned people, because the contrast. Black kind of just looks good on everybody as far as suit colors go, but like yeah, black people can pull off the lighter colors like tremendously. I always think light blue suits, all white guys in light blue suits look like they're getting ready for communion. Even if you're like 50, 60 years old, like you just look like you're getting dressed for like communion, and black dudes can just fucking rip. Just fine. There you go. Like light gold fucking off pinstriping, which you can never do. I can't. I can't do like that, like light gold on blue on me. I would look fucking absurd. But like a black guy, just like, oh yeah, casual, boom, gotcha, eat shit. As a dark-skinned black person, it should still be the last option, but I'm a tan clothing hater. Fair enough. Tan, oh, very hard. But like lighter colors in general, you can kind of do it. White guy in a white suit's suspicious, man. I mean, if you think about it, how many can you think of? It's Colonel Harlan Sanders. That's pretty much it. And he got a little bit of a voice on him, don't he? If you think of a white suit, it's always going to be, well, let me tell you something about it. Because it's linen. It's a linen suit or a cotton suit from a certain part of America. What about Harrison Ford in the second Indiana Jones movie? The worst one. When is he wearing? Oh, because he's in a casino at the very beginning, right? What does he look like? Also, Harrison Ford is cheating, just so you know. Yeah, that's like a tuxedo though, and also when you bring it up, you can see he's wearing like the dark undersuit, right? So it's mostly just his jacket, and because it's a tuxedo, it's a tuxedo. It looks like this when he sat down, which is fine, right? That kind of works with all this red. But once he gets up, you can see that it's mostly actually very dark. Which still complements him pretty well. It's mostly just a white jacket, and I think it's black pants all the way down. Tuxedo's a different kind of fit. I don't think it would work if you didn't have that big red boutonniere. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can pull off good tan suits. Hold on. But yeah, look, I'm telling you, there's one dude that might be white, and it's all black dudes. I called it. Because it just does. White guys just don't look great in it. I mean, look at this ginger. Look at the. He's like, do I have to pose in this? Look at this man's belt is rough, bro. No one will ever forgive
like
Obama
charisma tip
for
when
that
talking to
tan
people in
suit,
general.
though.
If you cross your arms or like sort of huddle.
I'm a black guy and I want a stereotypical Southern white plantation owner suit. I don't know what that says about me. I'm from New Orleans, by the way. Well, if you're New Orleans, people get to wear whatever the fuck they want. You know, New Orleans motherfuckers, you guys have no rules. Dude, people in New Orleans can walk out of their house in a fucking potato sack and a fucking top hat, and everyone would be like, all right, he's cooking now, just let him go. What you wearing? I'm wearing clown shoes and just 15 paper bags, just paper mache together. That's paper mache. Very nice. Hell yeah. It's cheating. That's like saying, like, that's like Brazil, man. Like, Brazilian people in Brazil can wear whatever the fuck they want. I don't know what it is about the climate. It's just they put shit on. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. That I don't even know what I'm looking at, but it slaps. It slaps. It's new rules, different rules for different folks.
In or hunch or do anything else that indicates that you're kind of like closing in on yourself, it's an indication that you're not opening up to them. It's like just a stupid little body language thing, but it does work, you know?
Also, I feel like it's kind of a flex to wear the old plantation owner suit if you're a black dude, because it's like, he ain't got it no more. Wonder why.
It's, yeah, I mean, sure.
Ignore that little bit of red on the cuff.
That's fine.
Look at your hands. Again, this is getting primal here, but she's wanting to make sure that you are not going to hit her.
What the Okay, dude,
Markiplier looked pretty
what
good in his
venues
white
are you
suit
meeting
for
women
Hairstyles.
at? What?
Well, Markiplier's got a little bit darker
See,
skin,
when
too.
approaching the female, you know,
Not
like
like
it really is like
particularly, but he's
approaching
got
a deer.
good,
Okay,
like,
you want your hands are forward and
complexion.
open in a conciliatory
I'm pink,
gesture. You
man.
have
My man's got no forearm.
across
game.
the bar, and I'm really digging your vibe. Oh,
He score. This was it perfect. This was it perfect. I just need this thing. Go ahead. Steal. Thank you.
ooh, sorry, just just getting you a little jump.
Thumbnail
Okay,
acquired.
listen. I guess he's right. Don't give the woman the impression that you're going to hit them.
The trick to
But
the white suit is wear a hat
I don't
so
think
large
I've
it draws
ever
the eye away
been
from
with
the
it.
tasty white
I don't
skin.
think I've ever met a girl who I got the impression they were worried about that. Hit them? Like, don't get me wrong. I know that there's like an implicit
What
dynamic.
in the fuck? Mox Josie, I had a teacher that wore white suits to school every day. Like, multiple. He had multiple white suits. He gave us an assignment, fold origami butterflies. He said if we did a bad job, we'd have ugly kids. Did you fold them? What do your kids look like? Dude, so that's the thing. Fashion is about decisions. I'm not going to say, like, that's what I said. It's vibes. It's vibes based. If it works, it works. It's all about aesthetics, darling. Like, if you put it on and you look good, and that's your, or you just, the vibe is on, because that's how you want to appear, that's it, dude. Like, that's it. Like, you did it. Congratulations. You've achieved fashion.
Dynamic of physical violence when men and women are like flirting or what, like there's like at the very least it's like a thing people have in mind. To some extent, women have because they're worried about being sexually assaulted or blah blah blah. Like, I understand there's a thing there. I'm not denying that. But like, just like you're at the bar and the woman is like, that guy is just gonna fucking punch me. Is he? I don't. Is that
I have
the
no idea what he's talking about anymore. I don't even care.
Yeah, remember, guys, don't hit the hose. You know, I keep telling guys this and they don't listen.
I feel like we are just like a couple of Vaush controversies away from finding out you like.
This is great. I'm learning so much today. This guy said he was a veteran, right? Maybe there's like a dynamic here. I don't know.
Yes, I know that you are
not just a vet in the Marine.
I did fold them well. I'll never forget that man. He hit me in the head for arriving late on my first day of school. Okay, high school. Now I'm just gonna make a guess, and y'all can call me, say I'm bigoted or something if you would like. But my evidence is made you fold origami, threatened your future generation of children, and struck you in high school, and wore white suits. I am going to guess he may have been a Japanese man. Now, I could be wrong, and it's not the origami it's the white suits and the violence against high schoolers for being late specifically. Either Japanese or German. And by German, I mean possibly Argentinian German. Would be my guess. Although, that is fucking hilarious.
Marines. The Marines are the most top-like of all of the branches of the
is always a part
military.
of Riz is to be able to have drip.
Inflict harm.
Yes.
You're not going to pull out a weapon, and it's something that just simply keep them present. Make it so that, you know, hey, you can see my hands.
Holy shit! The thing is, you're approaching the deer with seed in hand. Yes. Oh my God! This.
You are very approachable. Women oftentimes are smaller than men. They have to be very.
See, I like that. He said oftentimes. He respects the statistically unlikely, but very possible incident of a tall, you know, sort of Amazonian woman and a regular sized guy. You know, it's okay.
Very aware that, hey, I could be put into a situation in which he could grab me, he could overpower me. So women are going to be looking at your hands. Okay, so we got the
approach all women that you want to mac up. All.
Maybe he was the origami killer. The origami killer does wear a tan suit. I remember correctly, or at least just a yellow tan trench coat.
Ready in handcuffs. It's the only way.
fight or flight out of the way. Now let's talk about things she's going to notice when she gets up close. Immediately, she's going to look at your face, and she's looking at your face for help.
So again, she looks at your silhouette, your hands, and what was the other one? What was the second one? It was you said like don't close off.
No way, old black Canadian man in his 60s. I can see how you got there too, though. Fuck yeah. Drip or drown, brother. I'm floating.
Um.
Dude, if you're saying how to me, I just said you're based.
Between those, don't close jacket,
like
don't beat her. Yeah, there's been a lot of good advice. That's right. Okay, body language, whatever. All of that, and now, and only now, after all of that has been processed, you get the face. Okay.
Health reasons. She's trying to make a.
I have to pick up things to fidget with every once in a while.
I feel like I'm staring at somebody did a.
And closest thing at hand is just a 15 amp tamper-proof electrical socket. Just in case you guys are wondering.
Poor job painting me. And then used AI to make it look like a person. Okay.
His name was Mr. Martyr. Okay, you're making shit up at this point.
Is this a suitable partner? Is somebody that I want to engage with? And I'm not saying that you need to stare at her, but you do need to make some, eye contact. So eye contact, she's going to notice that immediately. She's also going to look at your face, from your facial hair. She's going to make a quick determination of your age.
That looks like fucking.
So women.
That looks like fucking what's his name? Parham? I can't remember. He looks a lot like a dude that's on TikTok. It's obviously a different guy, but same facial hair and hairstyle and similar glasses.
And behind the retinas have rods and cones, which are. I'm
gonna skip ahead in this because there's no way I watched the whole rest of it. We're getting ready to. Tyler Vaush is absolutely that kid in class that thought all of the jokes were the funniest shit ever, and he was never funny. It's getting me more and more. Did I tell you guys I got checked out at Lowe's by a Vaush? If I remember, I'll tell you guys after the end.
This image right here is meant for men to look at and admire. Straight women don't look at this and go, oh my God, I'm gushing, I'm creaming, I'm shitting my pants with cum, or whatever women do, I don't know, okay? They look at like some husky farmer with big hairy forearms, because those are elements of masculinity that...
I gotta say, after like years of listening to Vaush talk, he does have a lot of, just... Sometimes you can say like, you kind of do the like, I don't quite get women statement, like, oh, hey, whatever, women do. But I don't really feel like I've ever gotten a Vaush actually does know what women are thinking vibe. What? Has Vaush ever said an insightful thing about women? I know that's like a loaded question. But like, if you're a chick Vaush fan, we'll cheat even. We'll cheat and say, yeah, we'll cheat and say about anything, all right? Has he ever said a single insightful thing? Like, I mean, if we even just get like, anything deeper than like women have issues and there's women's issues and there's the issues that women have like politically, but like has Vaush ever actually said like a single insightful thing about a girl? Like I'm literally racking my, I mean, just anything a touch deeper than surface level, like booba are present. Girls don't like it when guys are mean to them. Like any like insightful, like have you ever? This isn't even just like a bully comment. Like I'm unironically, like now that I'm thinking about it, I've heard him make this kind of like, women are gonna go touch their boobs in the corner or whatever women do kind of thing. Where it's like it's funny, and I'm not saying he's like actively being sexist. I'm saying maybe he's just doesn't know anything about women. He doesn't have anything to throw in there. Mel Gibson had some riz at some point. Mel Gibson had some crazy riz. Mel Gibson is still Mel Gibson. As big of a racist piece of shit as he is, at the end of the day, Mel Gibson. One of the funniest fucking things, it's an ancient thing. It was like one of those celebrity gossip magazines where it's like, this celebrity has been caught out misbehaving badly. And it's like, this celebrity, a man, like a woman at a bar said this celebrity approached her and her friend, or approached two women at a bar that they were working at, and put one of the woman's hands on his crotch, and is like Mel Gibson, and said, "Is this big?" And said, "Do you think this is bigger than your dad's?" And then took them both back to a hotel room. Disgusting. And it's like, wait, hold on. He did what? It worked. Fucking psychotic.
That aren't tied into this weird
certified girl here. Vaush hasn't said anything past service level about girls other than don't be mean to that. I figure it's not like a bad thing. Like it's not like, you know, I'm not saying you have to have like slightly deeper knowledge about kind of more than half the human race than treat them like humans, by which we mean men. But it can help. It can help. Especially if you're trying to talk about how to interact with them.
Self-aggrandize.
What? No, I said Vaush said that women getting wet changes their weight so significantly that they sway their hips. I don't know if there's much he knows. I thought he was just making fun of that earlier. I think he was just I think he was being dumb. As a matter of fact, even if he did say that, I'm going to pretend he didn't.
Obsession with looking like some kind of Wall Street sociopath.
Attention to the
I'm speaking generally here, but you know what?
I think that one was a bit.
All right, gentlemen, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What do you think of this video? How could I have made it better? What did I miss? Let me know down there. I'm always trying to get better.
Yep. Video engagement, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's the end of it, right? The rest is like plugs for his other stuff.
Men with the knowledge,
I want to hear your
so that they can go out and build a wardrobe.
Don't you make fun of that tie. That tie fucking
slaps.
Are you
kidding me with this?
Don't you dare make fun of that tie. That tie goes hard.
Okay. Bro loves textures. This is like the suit equivalent of peacocking. There's actually nothing wrong with knitted ties. This is just not how you wear them. It's not how you wear them. It's not how you do it.
Why? First off, why not? But also, is that even a knitted tie? That looks like seersucker. But either way, that shit goes. That shit fucking slaps, dude. It's such a highlight. It's such a highlight on this otherwise pretty bland tech. There's a great mix of textures there. Look at these fucking little cufflinks he's in his collar slots. Also, like Vaush, you don't got the fucking chest to pull it. I mean, it's fucking tough.
I should get a knitted tie. No, wait, I don't like ties. But would I like a knitted tie? Whatever.
That best complements their individual style, so that they can use style to get what they want out of life.
It does look like a seatbelt.
Become the man they know themselves to be. I talk about these things, but
also, is this guy also wearing a?
You would be stunned to find out that seatbelts are actually made of fabric.
Blue chambray shirt. I think he is.
Really
I think we're both wearing.
It looks like a hair magnet. That's usually like the flex for something like that. It's kind of like the flex for a white suit, or a light colored anything. It's kind of showing that you can take care of it. Is an aspect of it, like that you even have the audacity to wear it out is kind of the thing. But you really have to be pulling it off. It can't be something that you kind of just throw on. Like if you wear that tie that we just saw, it's with that outfit one time, probably per year tops, you know?
The same item of clothing. I'm mogging him so hard right now. Oh yeah, look at you can tell the quality of that material. Oh yeah. Whoa. You can, yeah, let's go.
My man, you gotta cut that out. You're killing me. Somebody gave me a compliment. Hold on. Thank God I started watching you, Tyler. I can't believe I actually took Vaush seriously. Oh my God, I was in a cringe phase. No, it's okay, man. I took Vaush pretty seriously too. I'm not saying like I 100% don't. Like it's not like he's completely. Can't say he's completely unsalvageable because I fucking made a video where I said I think he's unsalvageable. But no, like I understand like why his content is attractive to certain people. It was attractive to me for a while, but it kind of does hit a phase where you're like, damn, I got too much of this, and I need less, you know. And I think that's the problem that comes with his style of presentation is it's naturally repugnant after a while, because it's fun when he's being like overbearing and like know-it-all, and really not just even permitting the possibility of being wrong for something that you enjoy. Or that's on your side, because when he's arguing on your behalf in this manner, it feels like 100% golden, you know, especially if you haven't really thought of it any deeper than that. You're like, yeah, fuck this motherfucker. Like, literally, why should I? Blah, 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 blah. But then when you hear him talk about anything else that he also have maybe that particularly deep a pool of knowledge on, and how kind of like how hard he'll dig himself in the wrong direction, it can make you retroactively be like, fuck, like did I sound like him when I repeated his talking points? Like, oh my God, like was everything I believed wrong? Like his excessive confidence, when you find how inappropriate it is in certain contexts, will feel like retroactively make you lose confidence going back. I'm like, holy shit. Sometimes even I'm like, that hurt. What the fuck is he on?
I still need to break this in though. It's a bit stiff. The white buttons are ugly though. Yeah. Yeah. On him, not on.
No, they're fine. It's white buttons. Why are the white buttons ugly? Those are the most perfectly okay buttons. That's psychotic. This is like a dark blue shirt. If you first off, white is the default button color for all button-up shirts. Basically, if you get a different kind of color button, you have a slightly nicer shirt sometimes, or a different shirt. White is perfectly fine. This is a darker color, so the white buttons provide some amount of contrast. What color would you have them be? Would you be a fucking sexual tyrant and have them be red? Because that is actually kind of a fire choice, but only if it was like a lightish red. You'd have to be playing, because this is kind of a really muted tone. It doesn't contrast very well with much other than white. White is a wonderful little accent. I swear to God, like, this is an artistic thing too, because a lot of what is good about clothing is also things that are good in art. Layering, textures, highlights. If you wanted to bring attention to anything that's particularly powerful with the way that this guy is set up, is he has a pretty staunch lack of highlight to his overall appearance, right? If you were getting really deep into it, which is probably also an aspect of strength in his appearance, is kind of the lack of standing out. He's probably a guy that prefers not to stand out very much and really try to strike a very, very strong balance in between looking good and not really being looked at or attention grabbing. So, you know, these little bits of button and stuff is probably fine for him. If he wanted to get a little bit more intense and more in appear, you know, be a little bit more vibrant, I would just suggest some sort of like maybe this same sort of shirt with like logo. It doesn't. Some sort of pin maybe, you know, or something like that, or just a necklace, really a neck anything kind of a pair, but like really just any little bit of accessory could work. A small chain, sunglasses will set this whole thing off. Sunglasses with a little bit of gold, something like that, some little bit of shiny shine. You have to work your way to it. A big watch. I can't see his other hand. If he has a good watch on, everything I just said is fucking right out the window. The watch will do all that you need. But yeah, like a little lapel pin or something like on the lapels can do a number, right? Even just a lapel stay. Those aren't super common anymore, but you can put one of those in.
On me.
That's it.
I'm not wearing white buttons.
Themselves to be. I talk about these
I felt
things,
that after I commented,
I want you guys to be sharing our app.
Yeah. Okay, the rest of the video is just like,
yeah. He's not spoken
Cool.
of the game since. Oh yeah, the video
Holy
game
shit.
he was working on. I remember that.
This guy is on his grind set. He was into it before.
Yeah,
I'm glad I watched this video 2 years ago in 2017, and I'm so glad I'm watching it now in 2019. So much great information here. As the father of a teenage son, this is a video that I have to share with him. May the Lord reward you with goodness. Thank you, Antonio. We're too late. You know, on a political level, one of the things that
I think that's fine. Can I make it just a general statement? Can I make a general statement to all lefties? Okay. Being cautious of hyper-religious statements is fine. Being anti-religious in certain contexts is not just okay, sometimes it is necessary. However, it is a combative choice. Always just remember this. Being anti-religion is a combative choice. I am an atheist. I don't give a fuck about religion. I find most of it to be hooey. The thing is, a lot of people don't. They're very dedicated to it. And fucking just being dismissive of religious shit kind of in a passe way can make you lose battles that you didn't even need to be fighting in the first place, right? If someone says, you know, I've had people say all kinds of goofy shit to me. You know, like, hey, can I pray for you? Can I pray with you? That kind of, and it's not in like the context of like, I want to fucking try to guilt you out of getting an abortion. It's just like, a guy was I was on a base one time and I was eating lunch literally with one of the other guys in my unit. and a dude was like a civilian worker on base. He's like, "Are you guys blah 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 blah?" He was talking to my friend. He's like, "You look like a friend of mine's kid. Can I sit and pray with you for a second? Because I'm just you know, a young man like you. I hope you come home safe." And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I was an atheist then. I'm like, fine, all right, whatever. Let him do his little fucking hoopity hoop. Then it was done. Taking like the tack to be like, "Don't do that around me, sir," would be weird. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you'll catch me fucking up on this one a lot, but this is just a thing for lefties in general. Kind of just saying, like, you know, just seeing the presence of any sort of religious speech or religiosity in general, and just like kind of going out of your way to be like hyper dismissive of it, can make you. It'll put you in a position where you look like an asshole. Sometimes for nothing. You know, if it's me railing on fucking Mormons for 35 minutes while Shadiversity, a fucking 1.5 whatever milli creator, is talking about anti-Mormon persecution and like the history of Mormonism in the United States, that's the time to shine, right? That's the gauntlet is laid out for you. But like when people are just like praying in public and shit, you know, or just like being like, I just may the Lord take you in his prayers. Literally no reason to start that fight. It's just an L all around. This isn't me like preaching or being like, you need to be nice to religious people. Like, but it's just if so, like, don't yuck someone's yum, I think is like the general vibe. You just don't do it. It just seemed so thrown in here. This whole segment felt so forced. I know I skipped a bunch of it, but the vibe never changed. You know what I mean?
Interests me about fashion, apart from just wanting to look nice, which is the main reason, don't get me wrong. But I also think it kind of sucks that so much...
been a while. How's everyone doing? Welcome back.
There's so much opportunity for women to beautify themselves, and less so for men.
It's like
I don't think
picking
the
a fight with the
standards that
chaplain,
women
the only
are
officer in the
held
military,
to
who's
when it comes to
hyper-analyzing everything you
self-beautification
do,
are very
and there's
fair.
only there to
Women
make
get
people
subjected
feel
to a
less
lot
shitty in
of
the
bad
military.
shit,
Yes.
and I don't think that the world would be...
You don't need to do catch-22 with the chaplain. Probably already read it. Dude's going through it. He's a chaplain, all right? No one takes him seriously. He's trying to help people that don't want his help, but need it. He's just like, I'm just going to talk to one of these young Marines today. I'm going to tell this young man, I hope you do fine. Because I'll tell you what, I can't stand to listen to the gunner sergeant cry to me for another 55 minutes about how he cheated on his wife and she's leaving him. I really feel like I should report it because he seems like a piece of shit, but he did tell me that in confidence.
Be better if men had to go through all of that too. I think it would be better if we found some point in the middle where people felt some kind of social pressure to look nice, but it wasn't that toxic, and it was more just an encouragement for people to, you know, sort of live authentically and feel themselves out and try to look, you know, it's more about like, I don't know. I want objectify men, nodders. Yeah. Aaron, I'm saying that. Anyway, a big part of how men beautify themselves is tied into some really fucked up ideas about trying to be like an alpha male that we saw in this video. And they're shit, and they don't work, and you're ugly, and you're a loser, and your style is off, and your pants look like shit, and yeah, sure doesn't fit. Not good. I think that it would be a lot better if men thought of those things as mechanisms for self.
I mean, like, dude, I don't know who. Who is the op? There is an op. I don't even need to hear the rest of this. It's fine. I'm not going to hear anything I haven't heard already. Who is the op behind the scenes that is feeding Vaush lines about how he knows what fashion is? Because you are doing more damage to this man's career than I think literally dropping a pornography folder on stream has. Vaush has the least amount of fashion sense and vibe I can't say that I've ever seen online, because the internet exists. It's very all encompassing. But his confidence is so misplaced in his ability to... I can see what you're just wearing like a denim button-up, my man. I am wearing a sick-ass Mothman shirt. All right? That is cool as shit. And I'm also married. And I'm also 6'4", and I go... So I don't have to dress up. I can take my shirt off and look better than you. But, like, for real, this is a level of Dunning-Kruger, I think, that I feel like maybe in a way I can kind of in the way that he talks, like he's bitten off more than he can chew, and this is his last stand. I think he knows. Like, Vaush, I know you secretly watch my videos. You should just stop. Just cut it out. Cut it out with just like let it go. Try to get a bit deeper into it than reading, I don't know, are you... Vaush has, this is for my channers out there, Vaush has less fashion know-how than Pho, the 4chan's FA board. FA, which is where style goes to fucking die. He does dress and talk like all of the FA guys. If I found out that Vaush is actually a fucking Chan head and has been on FA the entire time instead of Fit, where you go to become strong, okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Fashion isn't like it's an art, as much as I hate to admit it, and it's about aesthetics. And aesthetics are like, does it look good? And Vaush has never dressed up like so great. Like the most he has achieved is TA, you know, like your teacher's assistant in college. Like, I think the best I've ever seen him fit wise was the suit he wore to Washington DC. And he was next to fucking Destiny, and Destiny tucked his shirt into his underwear. It's not like fashion's not like hard to figure out. Wear stuff that makes sense to you, and like just like talk to people and learn. Watch some shows and just figure out how silhouettes work and what works for you. You can work with a fashion designer, like not like a high level one, but you can work with people that do. People will help you put your closet together. If you have a little money and you don't know how to dress, people will help you put your closet together. You can get online and ask stuff, but it's really about aesthetics. And that's the thing. Like, Vaush is a very unaesthetic person. He has made attempts. The glasses, keloid removal. He's starting to groom his beard a bit, but like his beard is a miserable fucking net. He doesn't do all the stuff that you need to do to make a beard look good. There's a guy, I can't remember what his name is. I follow him on TikTok. He looks like John Travolta if John Travolta's entire thing was facial hair instead of Scientology. I don't know how to say that any better. But like, there's a lot going on with beards and stuff, beard dyeing, trimming, and Vaush doesn't seem to do that. I don't think he does the daily grooming to the point where you be like, okay, snatched, right? Your lines are crisp. He's just got that, like, I've got a few good looking outfits that I'm going to wear into the dust because I have to teach humanities because I fucked my life up and I'm divorced now. That's what I do. I teach humanities at a local college. Cherry had said something. Cherry, what'd you say? Do you think Vaush should be a Trilby guy if we were living 20 years ago? I think he has enough sense to not be the Trilby guy. He would definitely be a flat cap. He would be a flat cap guy. Here's my Xander Hallian prediction. Vaush is within a year away from getting a tattoo. A flashy, overly colorful tattoo. That's what I think. Unless there's something about him that's like absolutely needle phobic or something, I feel like he'll get into body art next. Because body art is the natural transition if you can't figure out fashion. Because then you can just have a professional do it for you. Right here, and he'll have like whatever, Daniil. That's the character from Pathologic, right? That's his cat. That'll be my guess. Tyler, someone asked, do I have cats? No, I have rabbits. I'm the superior man. But Vaush definitely isn't the worst when Hassan exists. I've seen how he dresses when he isn't acting. Like, how do you do, fellow proles? Yeah, Hassan's fits are Hassan can kind of pull it off because Hassan's probably he's just around people. He's got like, he lives in West Hollywood, so he's got gays in his pocket probably helping him out. His shit is tacky, but it's not bad because he's still pretty aesthetic. It's just crushingly tacky, you know what I mean? But that still works, especially for him. this is a hard thing to kind of, this is like high level fashion-y shit that kind of gets into politics, actually, unironically. Different social groups have different types of clothes that will look repellent to other social groups, but to that social group will be actually the height of fashion. It's very typical when you're interclass that doesn't quite make sense. With Hassan, he wears a lot of shit that would look tacky as fuck, or that does look tacky as fuck to poor people or like working class people with money for fashion. But that probably kind of slaps where he's from, because there it's kind of probably seen with a bit of an ironic bent. You know what I'm saying? There's probably like a couple different levels to it. Not saying he's like the height of fashion, but in that regard, it's probably okay. This is really similar to British people can probably speak more to this. I don't know if it's still the case, but it used to be. If you went to different types of like high level boarding schools and stuff, having certain types of clothing that were utterly worn to pieces, like uniform clothes that were kind of like of a nice build that were worn to pieces, was actually a mark that you were a rich kid. Whereas the poor kids that had to take care of their clothes and like be kind of prim and proper and didn't have like the leeway as a poorer person to fuck up, they always had to have like completely like tailored, crisp looking, like as good as they can keep it clothes. The rich kid clothes would look tattered, but they would never be dirty, right? They're worn out from wear, but they're clean, they're pressed, they're well taken care of. And so kind of like understanding the social context of that is another aspect, a much deeper aspect of fashion that transcends just drip and gets into the socio-political, economic aspects of why we clothe ourselves. Now, this is a conversation I do not believe Vaush is capable of having, with all due respect. This is based on not just my reading of topics from various different authors over the years, but also just I was in a fraternity in college because they were the only people that I felt like could drink, or I could drink them under the table, and if one of them didn't make it, care. But like, it was what it was, and I saw a lot of that too. It's wearing particularly nice stuff, but like burning it out. And if you get around rich kids, which I was around a bunch when I was in the bars, you will have people that wear a lot of really cheap, really shitty clothing. But like a nice shoe. Like most of your outfit isn't the outfit you're wearing. You actually look, when you see people, you're like, that guy looks like a douchebag fucking imbecile. When you see how they act in the clothes and like how they even will talk about their clothing in regard to other people, you can start to kind of get it. You're like, this is intentional. And you'll notice that those people won't wear the same sort of fit more than a few times in a row. It's not like, that's not their clothes. That's a fit. That is a literal outfit for that night. Like a pair of burned out Skechers shoes, a fishing hat with like the bill completely rotted back, and some sort of slogan t-shirt and like a sweatshirt, a worn out sweatshirt from the 90s. And the thing is also how you are in the clothes, because the clothes don't exist independent of you. It's also you in them. So like Hassan's douchebag drip, like fucking throwing up, like rich kid gang sign, like it seem like lazy about it. For us looking at it, it's probably just like, yeah, man, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't dress like that. Well, the thing is you don't have that kind of money, and you probably never will. So who the fuck are you to even say? You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe. For him, it's when he's around people like, oh yeah, it's like not that. It's like, I know I kind of look like stupid. And that can even be a whole conversation opener. It's so much deeper. It is so much deeper than the fabric of that shirt is not the nicest fabric I've ever seen. Like, clothes are politics, first off, and they are absolutely economics. There's a reason why a guy from Germany, old Jewish Joe, smoked a lot of cigars, you might have heard of him, Karl Marx, phrased his entire argument around the price of a good coat, because everybody knows what a good coat is in their mind. They have an idea of a good coat, even though it's a different coat for each person. They know what a fine wool coat is in their fucking head. It gets around, man. It gets around.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.